Testing. Well, today and for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be hearing from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians. And if you hadn't had the chance, check out in the notes for this video, the Bible Project video that gives a great summary of this letter of Paul to the Corinthians. And in our reading today from the second chapter of Paul's letter, he sort of lays the groundwork for what this letter is about. He says, at the foundation, the Corinthians have a hard time understanding what the Spirit is about. They've been misinformed about who the Spirit is and what the Spirit is about. And so I think there's also those sort of similarities in our own time of a misunderstanding about what the Spirit is both within the church and outside of the church. Within the church, I've heard recently there's some discussion about whether the Second Vatican Council is a legitimate council. And what's really at stake here is, of course it is. When the Pope and the bishops gather together in the Spirit, that is of the Spirit. That is the most Spirit-filled event that the church does, is ecumenical councils. So there can be a tendency within the church to think, I know better than the Pope, or I know better than the church. And then outside of the church, there's also this understanding within our greater culture of, I have a right. And we hear a lot about rights. And I have the right to do what I want, to hurt who I want. Essentially, I have the rights to do what I want. Well, the Corinthians are experiencing the same thing. They have received the Spirit, but they're thinking, I can do what I want, I can love who I want, I can do whatever immoral act I want because I have the Spirit. Paul says, time out in our first reading. First of all, no one is above God. We're not above God. And remember that what you have received, this gift of the Holy Spirit, is first of all a gift. That God has given you His very self, that the Spirit dwells in you. This is a tremendous gift. And you're not entitled to it, you didn't merit it, but it has been freely given to you. The second thing he says is, look, the Spirit has been given to you for responsibility. You have a responsibility to live this out. To not live as the way the world lives, but to live a radical way of love, following the example of Christ. So I think this reading for today challenges us. As Paul was writing to Catholic Christians, so he challenges us today to look at our own lives. And where are those areas in your own life where you think, I know better than the church? Where we need to remember that God has given us this tremendous gift of the Holy Spirit, and He's called us to use it responsibly. Where are those areas where you feel entitled or you feel like you know better? And how is God inviting you with humility to recognize it as gift and to use this gift for His glory?